Hello everyone. I'm going to show you a quick video on cutting zinc. This is 3/8 inch zinc for the window that I'm doing. And I've got a couple different ways to do it here. I've got a Gryphon saw. These run around $250–$275, the professional model. The one my go-to is this one right there from Harbor Freight. It's about, I don't know, 45, maybe not even that, 40, 50 bucks at Harbor Freight. They also make a little hand miter saw combination, which has the track inside so that your zinc doesn't slide around. It actually fits over the edge of your workbench. Let's get it over here. Sits on the edge of your workbench to keep it steady. Now I've got a trim board on mine right now, and it's got the miters, so if you want to miter your corners or a 90-degree, 45s or 90, that's nice. It only takes a couple minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cut for my window here. So the other things that I've got on my workbench, I've got a file, metal file, X-Acto knife. I just pulled this T-square down just to show you. I've got two different tapes here. This is my go-to. I love Stanley. It's plastic, so if I drop it on my glass, it doesn't kill it. It's real light. It's only a 12-foot, so again, I'm not worried about dropping it on my glass and breaking it like the Manly, 500-pound ones. And then I've got a made in China one. The reason I want to show you both of these is there's a lot of difference in tape measures. Again, this is Stanley. I love it. I think I got this at Walmart, maybe, something like that. But you got to pay attention to how much give you have. And also I found that some of the China-made ones don't actually measure up correctly. This one actually over 5 inches is off a 1/16 of an inch. So if you're doing a panel, it could grow by, a 1/4 of an inch if your tape measure isn't accurate here. This one here, this is the made in China one that I got. Ordered it online. There's quite a bit of give on those grommets. So depending on if I'm pushing against that or if I'm pulling for a measurement, it's off about a 1/16 of an inch. So that's something to pay attention to. Okay, I have measured my window. I've deducted the space and figured it all out. I need a piece of zinc that's going to go in my vertical zinc. I need it to be 20.5 inches. So I'm just going to lay this out here. I like using a mechanical pencil. Again, this one doesn't have a lot of give on the frame itself, so I'm not going to worry about it. 20.5. And just give it a good mark. You can see the pencil line pretty easy on zinc. Don't need to use a Sharpie marker or anything like that. This little table saw has a little hold down clamp, which is great. So I just slide it in there. Before I turn it on, I just check to make sure it is where I need it to be. And I'll go ahead and clamp it down and make sure that that blade is coming down. Drop my pad, sorry. Make sure that, make you dizzy, right? That blade is coming down right on that blade. Now these blades are really, really thin. Some of the other blades may take a little bit, so you want to make sure you're in the right position. Sorry for dropping you there. Let me get my iPad situated here so you can see the cut. Okay, safety glasses, of course, because you've got metal flying here. Get everything else out of the way. Okay, it's in the track. I've double checked it. I am going to slide it just a smidgen more. Okay, so right on. Clamp that down. Okay, these don't have a lot of power like the bigger saw that I showed you over there, the Gryphon. So I'm I'm going to turn it on, let it get up to speed, and then instead of going down at it, I'm going to chop at it. If I just go down with the saw, it bogs out, and I don't want it to bog out. So, you can hear it bogging down. I've taken the little cover off of it so that you can actually see this, so I'm being very, very careful not to get my hand around there. Okay, so this is my leftover piece. This is my good piece. I'll unclamp. When I use this chop saw, it leaves little pieces of metal on there, and that's why I have my X-Acto knife. I don't want those pieces of metal interfering with my glass. So I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife, clean that out. Comes off really easy. Okay. Then my metal file, always use it in one direction. So I've always used this file going away from me. And I'm just going to take that burr off that's around that edge. I'm also kind of doing a little bit of an angle on it. Kind of an inward angle. Just to make sure I get that all off. And make sure everything is out from inside there. Alright, so there's that edge. I had cut this edge earlier and I didn't sand it down, so I'm just going to, again, any hardware store is going to have these metal files for you. Clean out the inside. You don't want any of that metal to interfere with your glass. Okay, there we go. And then it's ready to slide into my panel there. So we are going to get ready to solder this together. That's my next step. Now if I place my glass in my zinc, I don't know if you can see that, when I solder, it's going to go in at an angle. Can you see that? See that? You probably can't see it. Versus being up like this, being flat. So it's up to you. If you are really nervous about not getting it the right size, I would go ahead and put your glass in the zinc, kind of tack solder it in one spot, and then take the zinc off. If you're nervous about that, there are other things that you can do, like putting a penny underneath all your pieces, which in this case it's going to take too long to do. So, but I've measured, check, double check, and check again my dimensions against my window opening, and I know that this is going to be the right dimensions for it. So I will probably not solder it with the zinc on it. I'll remove the zinc. I know that it will reduce a 1/2 inch when I do that, and then when I put the zinc back on, it'll grow that 1/2 inch. So stay tuned, and we're going to get ready to solder here shortly.